He collects soldiers, he collects buses, he collects stamps, he collects box tops. You know, he collects as he collects women.
I needed you. You don't need anybody. You've got your mum.
You've helped me back to myself now. I'm all right now. That's why I want to go.
I can't get attached to people in my profession.
You should be happier for me. Why aren't you happy for me?
You've been wonderful. I can't explain, and you've helped me get to where I am now. I've just got this strength and this spirit, and I just want more.
Felicia's journey is the journey of a young woman raised in a small town in Ireland who falls in love with this young man, becomes pregnant with his child, and has to find him. He's left the town to go back to England, purportedly to work in a lawnmower factory in Birmingham. And so with very little information, she sets off on the ferry, arrives in the Midlands, and begins to ask people where the lawnmower plant is. And people look at her askance, and she's lost.
She's 17. She's really sweet. She's really innocent and naive. She believes everything that's told to her.
She comes across this very kind, generous, avuncular figure, Hilditch, who takes her under his wing.
Can I help you?
Is this where they make lawnmowers?
I'm afraid not.
When she first meets him, she's standing outside the factory that he works in, and he comes across as a really nice, helpful man.
That would be so kind of you, Iris, thank you.
He actually works as a catering manager for a factory. And again, he's very obsessive about his work, you know.
I've told you before, Sydney, it starts with the stock.
He feeds people. He's very proud of feeding people, and he's very careful that he feeds them properly. You know, and he loves his staff, especially Iris, this lady who makes him the most awful tarts.
It's better, Iris. It's better. Good show. Morning. My wife and I were worried about you. I was afraid you might have left already.
And, you know, from that chance meeting, which seems to be so benign, this relationship takes off, and they embark on a journey to find Johnny, this young man, together. And we gradually come to understand that Hilditch is not what he seems.
Well, his mum was a television chef. His life has basically stopped since his mum died. The only reference he has to his mother was in front of a camera. And to cook with her is a very intimate thing.
It's very scary, I know.
The mother is in the background in a very odd way, because she probably has never been this tangible mother that he was able to hug physically, but he has retained so much of her patterns, and all the wrong patterns, in as much as none of the things probably she did were of any worth.
Cut! Joey was in the shot again.
I know!
He was just an appendage to his mother. She wheeled him out when she needed to show off her little boy, and she just used him as this thing, and then he was shoved in the corner, and he survived by being this very good boy. But beneath it was this very bad boy who couldn't actually surface, because if he did, he wouldn't survive.
I'm going to get out and look for him.
As the film develops and Hilditch is driving Felicia from factory to factory looking for Johnny, I mean, she clearly comes to depend on him, not only because of what he's doing practically, but also because of the advice he gives. I mean, he's a font of wisdom.
Another person's trouble can lift the mind, Felicia. Do you understand me?
He traps her tragedy within his own fantasy tragedy. He creates this wife that he's lost.
Ada died, dear.
I'm sorry.
And she feels sorry for him, and he intends her to feel sorry for him. But at the meantime, he's kept taking care of her.
You're welcome, of course, to lay your head down here. I'll get you a blanket, shall I?
Yes, please. She's no one else to turn to. Like, she has to go back to him. And she just thinks that he's a really nice guy. So she begins to trust him. And, you know, it's easy to see why she trusts him, because he does seem to her as, you know, just being helpful.
It's a pattern. He creates situations where women need him. Financially, sort of caring-wise. A good shoulder to cry on. He creates that. And once he's helped them, obviously they want to go. And that he can't bear.
We don't want to believe he is who he is, because he seems so winning and so helpful and so generous and so compassionate.
We meet again. No luck with your searchings. You're soaking wet. Come in, come in.
He actually does really love her. To him, her innocence and her sincerity and her honesty is heartbreaking.
Could I have the lift?
Oh, of course.
You know, yes, she's the perfect lamb. She's the perfect victim.
My name is Sharon. Bobby.
She looks up to him, he looks after her.
My special angel.
What he needs is to be needed.
My name's Jackie.
That's all there is to it.
Elsie.
He needs to be a good boy.
All these pressures mount, and, you know, the film finds quite a surprising climax.
Things happen.
Hilditch comes to terms with the inherent violence of his evil.
We live in a miracle. That's the promise. That's the future.